to get all the insight on Mutant TV.
Welcome back, guys, as we continue Streebo's countdown of the top 50 horror films of the new millennium. And today we are going to talk about, believe it or not, another remake. But hey, what do you want me to say? I enjoyed the flick, so that's right. It's one of our most recent remakes, even. It's the one, the only. Let me give you a hint. Though you actually, I don't think you ever hear that in the movie. It's Friday the 13th remake from 2009. Also known as F1309 or Friday the 13th remake or whatever you want to call it. But I dug it. I didn't think it was, you know, groundbreaking or anything like that. But I thought in terms of what one should expect from a Friday the 13th film, Friday the 13th remake, delivered, okay? I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you know, it was made with the worst of intentions. Michael Bay's just trying to capitalize on the Friday the 13th name. Well, yeah, he was, but let's not, you know, look at the past Friday films in through some kind of rose-tinted glasses, because those weren't meant as high art projects. Okay, Sean Cunningham is probably one of the biggest opportunists, you know, in terms of filmmaking in the past century. I mean, this guy would give, you know, William Castle a run for his money. And who can blame him? He came up with a great title, Friday the 13th, blah, 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 ran with it. It turned into a franchise, you know, 30 years later, or however many it's been, almost 30 now. It was remade Friday the 13th, 2009. Why does this movie work for me? Okay, the characters are pretty annoying. They're pretty dumb. But there are a few that I like. I mean, I like the main guy that's kind of looking around searching for his sister. That story element was actually taken from Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. The movie itself is kind of an amalgamation of the original series, Friday the 13th 1, Part 2, Part 3, and a little bit of 4. You know, it starts out with, you know, the story of Pamela Voorhees, you know, seeking revenge for her son. Starts right at the beginning. And then it picks up years later with a group of kids that summarily get slaughtered. So that's what makes it a lot of fun, you know. The name of the game is disposable teens with, you know, good silicone boob jobs and creative kills. And in that regard, Friday the 13th remake works, though the kills are at times CGI enhanced. I was willing to forgive them. I thought they worked pretty much really well for the most part. I thought they were pretty seamless, and some of them were surprising. Some of the kills were surprising. They genuinely, I did not see them coming, which was definitely an accomplishment for something directed by Marcus Nispel. I mean, because the guy doesn't understand horror at all. If you're a fan of the original series, you will lament the fact that they don't use Harry Manfredini's score. They don't use the ch-ch-ka-ka except for a couple times. And the way he finds the mask is kind of lame, but I mean, what can you do? If you really, really set it up, make it super significant and really point it out, you know, people would hate that too. So just make it kind of a, oh, well, there's a mask, let me put it on. Hey, now I'm Jason, you know. What really made this movie work for me was the performance by Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees. He really just put everything into it, and Jason became kind of a cross between, you know, Michael Myers and Rambo. I mean, he would move with speed and ferocity, and when he moved to kill. You know, it wasn't just to mess around or make friends or anything. I mean, when he burst into action, that's what it was. He was all business, ready to kill. So yeah, Derek Mears really worked. I like the way that the movie itself, it doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of a remake, but it's also, it could easily just work as Friday the 13th, you know, episode, what are they up to, 13, 12? You know, if you actually ignored what happened from Friday 8, 9, 10, this could easily pick up as what number 8 should have been. I mean, you can just slide it right into the series, except Jason is human in it, but, you know, you don't ever need to explain that. So what? You know, the guy keeps coming back. It doesn't matter if he's human or a zombie or what. As long as he comes back, he puts the hockey mask on and he kills some naked chicks. That's all that counts, right? There is a story element in Friday the 13th that I think a lot of people don't realize, okay? A lot of the old school slashers, they served as kind of an empowering of the female lead, okay? You had the final girl archetype, which, you know, she always survived, you know, the slasher film, and supposedly she was the one with the virginal power or whatever, you know, she finds the power of her womanhood somehow, and and it empowers her to be able to overcome the beast, to slay the dragon, to kill the monster. You know, so we have that standard archetype, but in Friday the 13th remake, or Friday the 13th 09, they kind of go beyond that. They fool us. The girl you think is going to be the final girl isn't the final girl at all, and instead it winds up, you know, big spoiler alert if you haven't seen this yet, but still, yeah, so what? Spoilers. The guy searching for his sister actually finds his sister. The girl you think is going to be the final girl gets killed, okay? But then it's the brother and sister that kill Jason, okay? So instead of it being a puritanical tale of, you know, triumph by purity over evil, it becomes different, okay? It's a brother and sister team that do it. It's not a set of lovers, or it's not one, you know, virginal girl. It's a brother and sister team, and that brings a whole different feel to it. You know, there's these kind of family parallels. You know, the whole thing starts with Jason's mother exacting her revenge. She gets killed in the beginning. And throughout the movie, Jason is basically, I don't know if he's really seeking revenge because his mother was killed or what, but I mean, it's never explained, but that's fine. It needs to be open to interpretation. But there's that family connection there, and then at the end, it's the family unit that comes together and actually destroys him. So that was pretty interesting, I thought. And I didn't mind Jason being more like Rambo. I mean, I thought it was cool that he had all those tunnels and everything. I mean, shoot, the guy's been living out there for, what, 20-something years? Well, why wouldn't he dig in the dirt, you know, make him a little place to hide? Made perfect sense to me. And, you know, what if, I mean, those tunnels were there before him? Who knows? You know, maybe he just moved in and took over. But I doubt it. But he's the one, you know, he's kind of a survivalist Rambo Jason, which I thought was pretty kick-ass. So Derek Mears did a great job. I hope he comes back on a part 2, and I hope they get a director. You know, somebody like Guillermo del Toro would knock one of these out of the park, but that won't happen. But, you know, hey, Michael Bay, if you're watching, I'll do it for you. Just write me that check, buddy. But anyway, guys, that's why Friday the 13th, 2009 made Streebo's list at number 47. Friday the 13th, 2009.
And Mutantville, I'll be keeping my eye on you.